Hello and welcome to Recyclist. It's August 4th, 2024. I'm your host, Eric Provost, and this is your weekly roundup of all the biggest news stories from the world of waste, gas, and energy, presented by Diamond Scientific. First things first, and as always, let's take a quick look at the stock market and 5 stocks on the move from this past week within the world of waste, gas, and energy. Going into this past weekend, Evergy Incorporated was actually up several dollars recently, now sitting at $71.38 per share. Clean Energy Fuels Corp. now at $1.98 per share. Opal Fuels Incorporated reached $2.28 per share. NextEra Energy at $70.50 per share. And Black Hills Corp. went into this past weekend at $50.14 per share. But moving into the news, first up, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres addressed the energy transition this past week, saying that we have reached a so-called clean energy age and that the energy transition has, quote, reached a point of no return, end quote. Guterres called on countries to act quickly to build on the progress that's been made, referencing a recent UN report that says clean energy investments passed $2 trillion in 2024 and that renewable energy is now more cost competitive than fossil fuels. Supporting this, a separate Bloomberg report predicts that the cost of clean power technologies such as wind, solar, battery storage, and renewable natural gas will drop by 2 to 11% by the end of 2025, setting a new record. And up next, according to a new report by Allied Market Research, the global landfill gas market size was valued at $1.4 billion in 2020 and is now projected to reach $2.8 billion by 2030, doubling its size. The market is projected to maintain a combined annual growth rate of 7.4% from 2021 through 2030. This growth is driven by rising electricity demands, increased focus on renewable energy, and technological advancements in gas engine applications. As global electricity demand surges due to increased usage of electronics and electric-powered devices, governments and companies are turning to sustainable alternatives like landfill gas. This shift is especially crucial as the depletion of natural resources and energy insecurity becomes more pronounced across the globe. And up next, NGO Energy Vision released a new report this past week they claim could lead to cutting landfill methane emissions by half across the country. The new report is titled Leading with Landfills: The Immense Cost-Effective Potential of Advanced Technology to Reduce Methane Emissions at Landfills Nationwide. The report models the impact and cost of the top 3 advanced landfill tech options, and assuming universal adoption, the report claims it would cut U.S. municipal solid waste landfill emissions by 49% and total U.S. methane emissions by 7.2% at an estimated cost of $8.35 per metric ton of CO2 abated. And up next, Clean Energy Fuels Corp., a provider of renewable vehicle fuel, recently announced multiple new deals with transit fleets and municipalities across the country to transition their vehicles to ultra-clean renewable natural gas. Clean Energy will build and upgrade fueling infrastructure, maintain and operate station sites, or provide RNG fuel for public buses, refuse trucks, street sweepers, and other vocational vehicles that service the community. Chad Lindholm, the senior vice president at Clean Energy, said, quote, cities and transit agencies looking to make the air more breathable and address their carbon footprint need reliable, cost-effective solutions that can be deployed now, not years down the line. These new deals represent a clear trend. Cities and transit fleet operators are choosing RNG to meet sustainable goals, avoid the high cost and infrastructure barriers of other alternatives, and make an immediate environmental impact. End quote. And just a quick reminder, Recyclist is a registered trademark of Diamond Scientific, an industry leader in gas analysis, instrumentation, and solutions. Make sure to visit them online at diamondsci.com. That's diamondsci.com. Or you can even set up a personalized presentation just by calling 321-223-7500. Now on with the news. Up next, Texas is about to start spending a lot of money on water and wastewater. The Texas Water Development Board will distribute $2.7 billion to support water and wastewater infrastructure projects statewide. Houston will receive $967 million to build new drinking water treatment facilities, producing 360 million gallons per day. The North Texas Municipal Water District will use over $880 million for a high-service pump station and 2 large pipelines from Lake Tacoma. McAllen will spend almost $200 million on a brackish groundwater desalination plant and new well field. Fort Worth, Brushy Creek, the Baytown Area Water Authority, and Laguna Madre Water District will receive the rest for various other projects. And speaking of wastewater, Yosemite National Park recently broke ground on a $239 million wastewater treatment plant to replace its aging infrastructure and support long-term sustainability goals. This, according to the National Park Service. The El Portal wastewater treatment plant, built more than 4 decades ago, is the park's largest such facility and the sole treatment system for Yosemite Valley, El Portal, and surrounding communities. The new plant is funded by the Great American Outdoors Act Legacy Restoration Fund, signed into law in 2020. Acting Superintendent Ray McPadden said, quote, "This project is essential to the continued protection of public health and the environment, and also to the future of visitor services and park operations in Yosemite. Upgrading this facility allows us to better safeguard the wild and scenic Merced River, service our community and guests, support park concession operations, and ensure the park remains resilient for the next 50 years." End quote. And next, Burke RNG recently announced that its subsidiary, Owensboro RNG LLC, has closed a $36 million credit facility with Comerica Bank to support the construction and development of a renewable natural gas facility at the West Daviess County Landfill in Owensboro, Kentucky. The credit facility includes a term loan and revolving line of credit, which together will fund the majority of construction and commissioning costs for the Owensboro RNG project. Bas Van Berkel, CEO of Burke RNG, said, quote, "This project represents a significant step forward in our commitment to converting waste into valuable renewable energy, delivering a carbon-neutral solution that benefits this environment. We're excited to partner with Comerica Bank, who shares our vision and brings deep experience in financing clean energy infrastructure." End quote. And lastly, speaking of RNG projects, Ameresco Incorporated, an energy solutions provider, recently announced that its latest facility with Republic Services has achieved commercial operation. This milestone marks the 15th completion of a renewable energy facility developed in collaboration between Republic and Ameresco, with many more facilities in various stages of development, permitting, and construction. Gas from the Illinois facility was successfully injected into a natural gas transmission pipeline at the end of this past month. Environmental impact projections estimate the facility will reduce carbon dioxide emissions by more than 61,000 metric tons per year, equivalent to eliminating emissions from over 70 million gallons of gasoline consumption, or approximately 1.5 million barrels of oil. And that will do it for your August 4th, 2025 news roundup, brought to you by Recyclist, again a registered trademark of Diamond Scientific. I've been your host, Eric Provost, and we will see you back here next week for another brand new episode of Recyclist. Thank you.